put together. And then my favorite detail is right back here. You can definitely see that someone had taken a heavy, heavy impact at some point with this armor, and the armor still stood strong. Welcome back, gamers. Welcome back, game designers. We are back with W.R.M. I know I'm about a month and a half late on this video, but that's okay. We got two projects we were working on. One of the projects didn't go all the way through yet, so kind of this weird limbo spot. That's okay. We're here to worry about W.R.M. today. Starting right here in the main menu, you can actually see some of the updates we've had over the last little bit. One of those being the play options and exit button have textures in their backgrounds, as well as they have become more circular, a little more updated in the looks. Also, for the keen eye, this is not the texture we had for the shotgun before. Don't worry, we're going to go into all of the weapons actually after we're done playing the game to show you what all of the weapons and new player and zombie look like, as our LLA Creations artist has been working really hard to make everything look so much better, but we're still having these nice weird shadowing issues where this is shadowed when it's facing towards us for no reason, when the light's kind of right here. So we're still trying to figure that detail out. Let's show off some of the new UI updates with options. Options, we're going to see the background here has a new texture as well, and we're trying to go for that more textury theme to everything. We'll hit audio, and we realize that we haven't done all of it yet. Yeah, we're still working on it, but everything needs a little bit of touch-up and in pieces. We don't need to be doing everything at the same time. We do have graphic settings that actually do change now, so I'm going to change it to very high, as it's not that dramatically different between everything. And then we're going to hit back, and controls, really nothing's changed there. And you can see nothing really has changed here. If I go to options and let's say go to low. Hey look, nothing really changed there either. I am thinking that it's going off in the default setting and it's not actually changing. Something to fix for later. Anyway, last option here in options is a new credits button. I'm going to go ahead and hit the credits button. I'm going to let it roll the entire time so you guys can see it. If you feel like skipping it, just look for the time card below that says skip. And that's it for the credits. So you can kind of see there's an image that's going to show up behind, and then it's going to roll through the credits as traditional credits would play, and we'll get to a point where it brings the back button. It's nothing really special other than people inside of it, so just saying. Well, we have W.R.M here. We still have our flickering lights. We're going to go ahead and click on that flickering light and open up to our new menu here. So in this menu, we have several things I've gathered up over time, and I want to kind of show off those things by showing off also our new, there it goes, our new tooltips. So we can actually see a little bit of flavor for some of the items. We have not worked on most of the items, only some of them, as well as have all of the stats for those. We do have all the stats for all the items though. So each pistol shot does 40 damage and ammo of 8, before it needs to reload, and then 56 is how much ammo it has in the backup whenever you pick it up. Reload speed, half a second. Grenade, 100 damage for 3 uses. And then our tracer, which is not called tracer anymore. We've renamed it the slug, but in the coding, it still never really got fixed everywhere. So, yeah, again, working on it. But we actually get the same thing over here as well. So we can actually choose different things, and it will tell us what this is. So, like a sniper does the same amount of damage as a grenade. So, things to look at. I'm going to grab our shotgun, because I like the shotgun. Go ahead and equip the light armor, and we'll keep the rest of everything else. Not everything has been fine-tuned, but the overall coding for it and look and design has been implemented. Of course, we have the no armor. Also note that whenever you select the armor or weapon or whatever equipment, the tooltip doesn't disappear until you've actually left the button. Don't know if we're actually going to get rid of that or not. It depends on how hard the coding is, to be honest, because it's not that big of a deal in comparison to other things we got going on. Mission select. And as you can see, I've actually already completed our first mission. How can you tell that? Oh, that's because we've redesigned this also. Just a little bit, though. Not as dramatic as the other things, though. In the tutorial mission, instead of being the bottom right, it's now the top left, and will always stay there. The bottom left will actually be what's considered the main mission. We are going to make a more linear style game than originally intended. So the bottom left here will be whatever the current mission is, and then all other missions will show up over here. As there's actually technically only the same mission, I can only replay old missions, meaning the same mission I already played. Difficulty always hasn't changed there. So we'll go ahead and click mission, and we'll play through a little bit of the game, and we'll show off some of the updates. We'll see you there. Alright, so first thing you're going to notice is the super dark areas here. This is part of the post-processing that has created the shadows. They are intense, as per mentioned earlier. These shadows just keep getting somehow worse and better at the same time. Note that the lighting in the room isn't as just a circle now. It's now actually cascading out a little bit. Looks a little bit more realistic in my mind, and it kind of helps cover these hallways, because the hallways were getting kind of dark when we were going through some of them. Looks like I got 2 water rooms, and whatever's up here. Okay, we have some bad guys over here. I'm going to go ahead and try to grab one of those. Let's see if we can see them with the light. Okay, nope. Okay. Alright. Come on, in the light, come on. Oh, you're a ranged guy. Okay. It is rough to see those guys because they are not sticking around in the lit areas. There we go. Come over here. Okay, there we go. Kind of get him. This is the Charger guy. He hasn't changed at all yet, so you're going to go away. But this guy, you can kind of see he's got like a grayish pants. You can see that his arms are extended out. And they have a little bit of a different texture to them. Again, it's kind of hard to see, especially if you're watching. But that's sprawled out. You can see a little bit better. All of the enemies are going through a complete texture makeup, and the player has gotten it too. You can kind of see the hat that actually looks like a leather hat, and the gray sleeves and whatnot. Don't worry, we'll get a close-up of those again towards the end. Just kind of want to show off that you can see it. depending on if you have like a good sized computer monitor. Ooh, that was an interesting effect. And that guy just disappeared. Okay, so once again, it's a game that's work in progress. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see what's over here. Alright, so we got those are spinning on the wrong axis. Get you there. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that and that. Okay, so nothing's new there. So there is actually something new to go with those. Again, I'm gonna have to show you afterwards, but we're going to actually work on a way to show off the equipment in the game itself. And the best way for... Oh, we got the main mission here. There we go. Okay. Unfortunately, that means we don't have any of the new rooms over here. We'll get there. One of the new ways we're going to have you be able to see your character and change things up is to allow your character to change to a different model, which will show off the equipment, as well as you'll be able to go to a different style menu to choose your equipment. The ideas are only theoretical. We have not put them in practice even to start with yet. Let's see. The armor you can kind of see, but that light underneath is making it hard. But, is there a bad guy stuck back? I see him in here. Come on. I think I killed him. Oh well. Oh, there's nothing over here. Okay. Yeah, so just, long story short is, we have more plans to show off more things that we've worked on, as well as properly represent them in the game, versus just have them exist to look really cool and then never show them off. It seems kind of dumb. Yeah, I don't know, it's I know what that light is, but I don't know why that's doing that. Alright, so this is one of the new rooms, and I talked with the person that designed it. This blue line threw me off the first time I saw it because I saw a leftover bug. It's not a leftover bug. What it is it's a plexiglass, or like a really thick bluish glass. And you're not supposed to be able to... Yep, can't shoot through it. Okay, so that's good. And nothing really spawns over here. And you kind of see some blood splatter and a bed. Looks like another bed over here. But with the lighting the way it is, especially with the generator over here to turn off the light, it's really hard to see. So, we're going to work on that room a little bit, as it's kind of hard to get the clear picture, at least in my mind. Maybe you see it better than I do, but we'll see. Okay, long hallway, dark hallway. Go to like a dark room there. That way I can actually see stuff. Alright, we still got to change the crates in this room. A lot of the times whenever I'm recording these, it's like the first or second time that I've actually played through these. Well, because I've had so many recording issues, this is like my 5th or 6th, so half the time I gotta remember what I said before, what I didn't say before. Ooh, the line isn't there. We don't see the line for if the door's open or closed. Okay, gotta keep an eye out for that. Let's see, can we find anything new to show you guys? And if not, what we're going to do here is go into Unity and show off a lot of the things. And see, once again, it's not showing the line there. That's weird. Okay, I think that's actually going to be the whole map. Hit escape. And yeah, it looks like we've gone everywhere we can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish with the level here, and we will cut to the main menu, or we'll cut straight into Unity. welcome to Unity. This is the engine that we use. I have you guys pretty zoomed in on just the menu, the graphics interface, that way you guys can see what we see on the game design side. And we here have our main player. So in comparison to our last main player, this is quite a bit more detail. We actually have eyes instead of just a texture. We have a hat that has what seems to be some detail and some, it doesn't seem to be some detail, it seems to be just some mold detail is what I meant to say, or some wear and tear. Definitely see that down here. See possible bruise mark or stain from oil. However you want to detail it. As you go down, you can definitely tell a tail that these pants have been through, these shoes have been through. And then you can actually see if the default character has grenades. So that's what's right here. You can actually see the grenade, you can see the details in the belt. Now looking at it, I think that's actually the wrong texture for the belt, which we'll get to fixing at some point. There's that, and then over here we have the updated pistol. Now there is going to be a clean version and a dirty version of the pistol. It will for all weapons, and that'll be the anthracite version versus non-anthracite version. Little red handle right there, or a little notch right there. You can see same kind of detail, forced on metal. I don't know what the term is. Welding. That's the word, welding. You can see there. So that is the player. So what about the enemies? We only have 2 of the enemies detailed out. The other ones are in the make. This is going to be one of them here. Go ahead and turn that off. And this is the fodder enemy. This is the basic enemy that we fight throughout the game. Basic melee enemy that comes up and wants to hit you with his arms. Again, you can tell how this character died. You can see the impact here. You can actually see that the detailing actually goes around where the metal pipe goes into. The dead eyes that zombies have. Definitely see that the mouth was on something before it died because it just blew up. Yeah. Now we have the ranged enemy. So this is actually an interesting detail. The animator that we use curls up the fingers, and well, they think that this is fake fingers. So that's why it looks all weird. It's actually on the original model, it's straight. This just the animator kind of messed with it a little bit, and we couldn't get around to fixing it. But now it just kind of looks warped and damaged. So that works too. Also explains why this guy doesn't tend to shoot straight, but that's beside the point. We have the shoes here that looks pretty much on par with everyone else, but then you actually have a different color for the pants, which then can identify the character a little bit, plus the lighter skin tone, as this guy didn't die from an explosion. Instead, he got implanted with an eye that glows. And then perky flips. Anyway, over here we have the gloved hand, which looks actually pretty dope, if you ask me. Fingerless gloves to add style points, of course. All of the other enemies have not gone through any version of full-on texturing. They've only gone through the placeholder textures. We do have some more textures to show you, though. The light armor, for instance, you can see definitely mold, definitely an impact of some sort here. You can see where this person's life has been saved from just deadly possible impacts, or maybe where the last guy who had it, died. Medium armor, you can tell the difference between the light armor and the medium armor, not just from the long sleeves, but from the metal up here. You can see this is a double layered vest, so it has more protection there too. So it actually makes a little more sense on why this is a better thing. And plus there's a blue highlight over it, hinting at a different color as well. And then our heavy armor, my personal favorite in pure design, because it's this makeshift armor that's been put together. And then my favorite detail is right back here. You can definitely see that someone had taken a heavy impact at some point with this armor, and the armor still stood strong. And you can see all of the finer detail all inside. So these are some of the details that we're missing out because we're not seeing it in the game. So we're going to work on some ways so you can actually see all of that in the game here soon. Now, all of the weapons have gotten their remake as well. And I'm going to quickly go through all of those, not spend as much detail, but there is one detail I want you to be aware of, and that is each weapon has a specific color tone to it. So you can see that the sniper here has this teal to it. And these are all the dirty versions. We don't have the clean versions applied right now, and there's a coating that does it, so it's not, if I change it right now, it's going to change it permanently, not as intended. We have the reddish coloring here, all the highlights there for the red, and then we have the gears and the rust applied appropriately. We have our grenade launcher, which has this greenish tone to it. I love the greenish tone to it. Oh. Biofire's green, this green. I like green. Of course, we looked at the pistol earlier, with once again has the reddish coloration to it. We have our shotgun, which has the orangish tones to it. And not quite bronze. I mean, but I guess it kind of goes with a bronze or a brass, but it's definitely more of the orange. And then we have our SMG, which has the bluish tone to it. Now, the cool thing about the coloration tones is that they're set onto a emission coloration, which means that they will be bright regardless of the amount of light that's in or not in the room. So because of that, everything will be you'll be able to see the differences, not just feel and experience the differences. And then we have a handful of items that also have had their texturing done to them. The ammo with a little bit of dust over top of it. We have there we go. Our freeze grenade belt. Yep, you can definitely see that I definitely applied the wrong texturing. That is not from our artist, it's from me doing it incorrectly. So I will correct that for future builds. Alright, so we have the freeze grenade with the cryo I guess the cracked moisture and whatnot over top of it, just from all of the freeze damage from them. We have the much more detailed out bird with the orb of the scented candle, basically, effect. Yeah. And great. Let's see, is there any other... I think we've seen this, but I don't think we've seen it in detail. We have the glow sticks themselves. This is the pack of them. And then we have kind of the mixture of the two here. You have the ammo crate, but you also have the belt. So this is when, see, this is what the normal belt is supposed to look like. So, and then you can see the pill cases as well. So yeah, that is, if not all, at least most of the equipment that we have had worked on and gotten completely finished by this point. Oh, haha, there is one missing. Glow stick. So the glow stick has changed to this design here. This has not changed on the pickup icon yet, because the pickup icon kind of shows like 3 of the glow sticks of the original design. So those have not changed for this yet. It doesn't necessarily have to change, because we can just say that those sticks inside are what's inside of this area here. So it all can still work perfectly fine. And if not, then we'll change it around again, because, you know, we can always change it around. This game's not set in stone. We have this version of the game, 0.2 beta, that is ready to be played. However, we are not releasing the game just yet, as the game has some game-breaking bugs that we've run into over the course of the last few testings. So, although this will be actually a milestone for us, it will not be a released version. The last thing to go over with you guys before heading out is we have several rooms that we're not able to demo because they are not part of that mission that we have been playing. Some are, and we just didn't get it, but for the most part, these are not going to show up in this version of the game. So I'm going to show off some of them. This is one of the morgues. So we have lots of blood splatter, and we're actually going to clean that up a little bit here soon. That is one of the points of this month, is to do that. We have a different lighting. Lighting's going to be coming from the actual light sources, so we actually have light sources. And then we can actually see a dead person over here. Again, untextured, but we can work on that. It's not going to be too much of an issue, because we just went through texturing everything, so we at least have the idea of how to do it. This is the glass room I was talking about, and I just kind of want to point out, at the side, in which the player's looking at, it looks right. It's just top down, it doesn't. So it's one of those things where we need to be a little more clear about what's going on, or distort it just a little bit so that way you guys can see it properly. This is going to be the infirmary, which looks very similar to the morgue, but you'll have one very big noticeable difference. That is that these walls here actually separate out the rooms, thus making it so you can't just wander into the room. When this becomes a dark room, especially with this, it is hard to navigate, which is actually really good. It's the intention. The beds here, if I do recall, these do not have pathing blockers. No, because they do not have pathing blockers. It is just the bed and the base. So Right now, players, this room will spawn into the game. If you are to experience this, you can walk right through the beds right now. But it's supposed to not be that way. It's one of those things where we can work on that, no problem. A lot of these rooms are just going to get out there as fast as possible. And one of the rooms I was told specifically to show off, and mainly because there's been a lot of work put into it. I'm going to go to the huge room here. This is the cafeteria. Now, when I say there's been a lot of work, there also needs to be more work. One of two things. Everything's floating. Everything is floating. So that's number one. But number two is the tables here are just the materials themselves. They're not the models themselves. They're not pathing blockers. It's another thing that we need to work on. But this room, I don't believe is set to spawn into the missions we already have. These will spawn into future missions. But I do want to show them off because it's not fair to show off some things, and some things just haven't seen the light of day yet to get there yet. Yep, that is the second huge room that we have put time and effort into. Everything else is to be set as a surprise for when we get further on. So I hope to talk to you guys again soon. Apologize for how long it's been. This is going to get severely edited, but we should still be seeing a long video for this. Our artist, as well as ourselves, are going to be kicking up a notch here soon. Collective reasons for the creation stems from the fact that we had a previous project we were trying to figure out some finer details to get that re-released, and still running into issues there. So, yay. But once that's done, we'll be able to either focus on this or would simply just put that on the back burner again and refocus all here. This is our main focus on what Biofire Games has to offer, so we need to show that off to you guys. Anyway, stay tuned for next month's video. Hopefully it'll be out actually on time, and if it's not, that's due to us not having a whole lot to show off because we only had 2 weeks to work on stuff because I released this one too late. Have a great one, guys. Enjoy your Spooktober. We'll catch you guys in November. Peace out. And before I leave, guys, don't forget to check out our new merch store. It's on Etsy, which means we actually make the tools now. So you can actually go on there and order shirts and stickers just like we had before. Downside, we don't have our mouse pad or our mugs on there anymore. But if you guys want them, we'll figure out a way to make them. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. Come back next time. Peace.